The point is to take risk when you are compensated for taking them. So, for instance, again, if you think about how we are positioned in the portfolio now, we are more focused, let's say, overweight on the single B segment that one can think, oh my God, it is more risky, it is more volatile, but our portfolio is not more risky, let's say, more volatile than the benchmark.
Paola, has the growing populist movement which is sweeping Europe affected the yields?
Let's say we have seen some volatility, especially post the US election. Obviously, there are worries coming up with the next Italian referendum. We will have obviously also votation in France and Germany. But yes, also obviously the most interesting, let's say, phenomenon has been for the Brexit in the UK as well. Obviously, yes, there can be an impact regarding volatility. But if you see our Euro high yield portfolio performance this year, for instance, paradoxically, the UK bit has been one of the best performance of the portfolio. So it really depends. It always volatility creates opportunities. And at the end of the day, the Euro high yield is an income story. So it's the real question is, are you compensated for the risk that you are holding, and what is the quality of the companies that you are holding? Have you done your homework? Have you done your research? How are you positioned in the different segments and in the different companies? So yes, there is an impact, but it's part of the game.
So what are the risks of high yields?
The real risk is a change in the profile, I would say, of the real risk is the default risk in a high yield environment. So if the condition, the credit cycle was at a different point, if there is a change in default rates, definitely the asset class is impacted. But we don't see this in this moment, and what we see is that the pricing of the asset class in this moment is interesting, as on average, if you don't do, I mean, really on average, on a benchmark basis, you see that you are overcompensated for holding this kind of securities. Then, obviously, if you do a good job, your compensation can be more interesting.
So, how can we avoid these risks?
It's not that you can avoid risk, but you can manage them. And at the end of the day, the point is to take risk when you are compensated for taking them. So, for instance, again, if you think about how we are positioned in the portfolio now, we are more focused, let's say, overweight on the single B segment that one can think, oh my God, it is more risky, it is more volatile, but our portfolio is not more risky, let's say, more volatile than the benchmark, because, for instance, we have a shorter duration. So it's really how you manage the risk. It's not avoiding the risk, but it's taking the risk where you are compensating for taking the risk. And these are the considerations that we make when we do this kind of investments.
Well, thank you, Paola, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.